Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir. My name is Gibran Izazahlana. Now I will explain my PowerPoint, the crucial role of academic reading skill in higher education. So now we come to the slide number 2. This slide provides that conceptual roadmap for the entire review. It structures the exploration into three logical phases: introduction and context, that setting the stage and justifying why this skill is crucial, and discussion analyzes the core of the review, dissecting the what definition, skill, and why the theories and how of academic reading. And the conclusion synthesize insight and pointing toward potential application and new research direction. And we come to the slide number 3. This definition moves beyond basic literacy. It characteristic academic reading as a dynamic process involving higher order thinking. The three bullet point of highlight its complexity is a skill set, not a single skill. It demands are involving due to the factor like digital text and diverse classroom, and its core competency for genuine participation in scholarly and professional community. It's about constructing meaning from challenging text. And become the next slide. These theories explain the cognitive mechanism behind skill reading. Thus, we understand new information by connecting it to existing knowledge network. Emphasize the reader conscious control, planning, monitoring, comprehension, and fixing misunderstanding. And emphasize the reader conclusion, control, planning, monitoring, comprehension. Argue that reading is a two-way street where decoding text and applying background knowledge happen simultaneously. Focus on the social context, teaching reader the rule and structure of different text type. The example like research paper versus a case study. Together, they provide the scientific basis for effective teaching strategies. And now the next slide. This taxonomy is crucial for diagnosis and instruction. It breaks down the complex art of reading into teachable and accessible components. Macro skills are the higher order goals of academic reading, comprehending, analyzing, synthesizing, building new understanding from multiple sources, and evaluating. And micro skills are the enabling or foundational abilities that make macro skill possible, such as knowing vocabulary, making inference, and understanding how a text is organized. Effective instruction often requires turning micro skill to support the development of macro skill. And next slide. This slide highlights that there is no single academic reading skill. A student must adapt their reading approach based on the discipline. Reading is often for extracting precise data, following procedure, and evaluating evidence in graph and table. Speed and accuracy with technical terms are key. Reading is interpretive, focused on argument, nouns, theory, and subjective meaning is often slower and more recursive. Reading is aimed at solving specific problem. Example, diagnosing a patient, arguing a legal case, following a building code. Therefore, reading instruction must be contextualized within the discipline. And we come to the next slide. This slide bright theory and practice it per way to measure reading ability with method to improve it. Range from let's call profile test or IELTS to classroom-based rubric that evaluate specific skill like synthesis. These are prophetic teaching strategies and don't assume students know how to read critically, but teach them directly. Essential for navigating and critically evaluating the vast amount of online information. Recognize that reading and writing are interconnected. Writing about a text deepens comprehension. And we come to the next slide. This slide synthesizes the literature review conclusion. The convergent findings are well-established truths from research. Explicit teaching works, disciplines matter, and digital skills are not negotiable. The frontier of the field the point to a need for do reading interpretation have a leading effect? How do different linguistic or educational background effective for academic reading? And motivation is often overlooked but critically influence a student engagement with difficult text. And we come to the next slide. This slide translates research into an actionable recommendation for educator and institution. It advocates for a systematic and integrated approach. Teaching move from implicit to explicit instruction using technology like annotation tools and blended model to support different learner. Curriculum. Reading skills should not be siloed in one course. They should be woven into the curriculum of every discipline with clear learning outcome. Assessment. Use assessment not just to grade but to inform teaching, formative and evaluate program success summative with reliable tools. And the core message is that developing reading skills is everyone's responsibility. And now we come to the last slide. The final slide outlines a strategic plan for the future, moving from immediate step through a long-term vision. Short-term, practical, actionable steps like diagnostic testing and using rubric. Medium-term, investing in a teacher development, faculty development, and resource recognizing that instructors need support to teach this skill. Long-term, a vision for institutional change where academic literacy is a core interest value across all programs supported by ongoing research and equity-focused policies to ensure all students can success. The recommendation aim to create a culture of literacy within higher education. And that's my explanation for this material. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.